All right. All right. What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is the Con of Thrones live recap. And I'm not alone up in this mud because it wasn't just me that went to the con. It was a bunch of people that were at the con. And what I'm trying to do here is make y'all want to go to the con. Make y'all want to go because it's just a great experience. Everyone deserves to do it. At least you're Game of Thrones fans once in your life. So I have a bunch of people with me right now. And I'm going to allow them all to introduce themselves. Take it away. Does not matter who starts.
Should we all introduce ourselves at the same time?
That would work great.
It's only a few of us, so yeah, that'll be good.
That would work.
Phil, go ahead, I guess.
Oh, I guess I have to go. You said talented, so I know I wouldn't be the first person to go. But everybody, hi, everybody. I'm Phil, the Issues Guy. Thank you for having me, Tony, and thank you to everyone in the live chat right now. This should be fun to babble about this, and I really do appreciate everyone that came and bought me drinks and sat me on their lap and spanked my bottom. Like, I'm talking about you, Justin, of course. And it was really just a great time. So thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I'll go next. Yeah, no, thank you for sitting on my lap. That meant the world to me. And yeah, thanks for having me on, Tone, and this should be a lot of fun.
All right. Next.
Hello. Thanks for having me on. Can't wait to talk about Con, but it was fun. It was lit. Sorry, it was lit. Yeah. Can't wait to talk about it.
And who are you?
Oh, who am I?
Yeah.
Azor Height. No, I'm just kidding. Gray area.
I got starstruck for a minute.
Da, 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 da. So I'm Lauren. Y'all know me. I'm that Scottish lass. So I managed to get to the con because all these fucking amazing people here, including Tony, thank you for having me on. Thank you for my hat, and thank you to Kev for notifying me this is a Yeti mic that's on here. I had no clue. So yeah, no limit.
No limit. That's like you said, all these amazing people, including Tony. Doesn't mean I'm included in amazing people or I'm just outside of them. Either or, it's all good in the hood. No limit, baby. Who is next up in this place?
I'll go next.
There we go.
I'm Sam, also a little bit Viserion, also a little bit Ned Umber when he's dead. I like the con. Big fan of it. Excited to go again for the rest of my life. That's it.
Works. Next, Elamar.
Alrighty. I was gonna go last. No, I'm just kidding. No, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is so exciting. This is kind of like therapy for me because I miss you all so much. And yeah, I miss those hugs from everybody. And it's gonna be great being here. I promise I won't cry. No, yeah, there's a button that says off camera. And yeah, so anyway, thank you for having me. This is gonna be amazing. Nice to see you all here. Next.
Hey, what's up? It's Kev. The number one thing I was looking forward to until they booked Nikolai Costa-Waldau, he became my number one, but it was meeting Tone, and I met Tone, so my con was good.
That's what up, and that's Kev from Bridge 4, in case y'all don't know. People don't want to say the channel name or that. History of Westeros disease.
Hi there, everybody. About 30 seconds ago, I drank coffee, and it went down the wrong hole, so I'm coughing madly. But that won't stop me from enjoying this live stream. The con was super fun. It was my third Con of Thrones, and it's just one of the best times of the year. So yeah, like Tony said, we want to encourage y'all to come and recap what happened this last weekend to try to, make those memories stronger so we lock them in forever.
All right, and that is Sam from the Burlington Bar. It says right here. So in case y'all don't know who Sam is, please check. I'm sure you do. Everyone has to watch the Burlington Bar reaction. So if you haven't, please do check that. We are just joined again by right now by Quinn from Ideas of Ice and Fire.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on?
Look at that. Is that everywhere? We going around the horn? Who is known as the Machine in the group chat? Who's that?
Badass name.
It is the Machine. All right. I think we have hit everyone. If we have not hit everyone, I'm sorry, but we'll keep it popping and stuff like that. All right. So I would just like to I'd like to ask real quick to everybody your con experience. I know it would take forever to go everything. Let's just name one thing. No, in fact, all the people who was first time con goers. Let's talk to those people first, because it's your first con. What did you think about Con of Thrones as your first time experience?
I guess I'm one of them.
Yes, you are.
The excitement. I was surprised that I was hoping for about like a maybe 8 or 9 on, you know, like how was it on a scale from whatever on 10. It was a 15 and 20 just because of all of you. It completely blew my mind how wonderful it was. So it was yeah, I'm still high from all that excitement. I'm high on live right now. So yeah, exciting. Lauren, I think you were also first time goer.
Yes, very much a noob. So I spent like half the week in total euphoria and the other half of the week crying my fucking eyes out because I had to leave you all and like watch everybody leave. And that was kind of traumatic. So, you know, I think I worried a couple of people too. And the heat just totally annihilated me. But apart from that, just the sheer love and adventure and just everything made solidified like I'm in the right community. I have a new family. This is officially all my family. And I love you guys so much.
Yeah, it was my first time too. Yeah, I really loved it. I loved collabing and actually meeting you guys face to face. A lot of you who I've worked with, you know, multiple times through this medium. But I guess the only negative was I was hoping for more connection with people that don't have webcams and microphones, because I don't have like a big line that I draw there that makes us special. So I didn't get a lot of that, but I only had one panel as well. So I think if I had more panels, I would have got more of that. And also, Tony, your party, besides the staircase incident, was, you know, a really, really good time. But yeah, I think a smaller venue would be ideal in my opinion. But what do I have to judge it off?
Nice.
It was my first time, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I can't even front. Like, I loved it. Not only just meeting all of these people that are in this chat right now, I met every one of them, hugged every one of them, probably like invaded their personal space a little too much. Me and Quinn, we were like, he was my road dog. We went and got chicken twice, stood in long lines. But Aziz met my mom. Like, I think Aziz is the only one that met my mom, Aziz and Quinn. It was just like, it's like a family reunion, kind of. It's really everyone there. No one's there for like drama or anything like that. Everyone's there to have fun and to meet each other, to meet people, and just like hugging all of the sweet summer children. That it was just so surreal, and I'm never ever gonna miss it again.
No doubt, no doubt. I would say real quick before you go, anybody out there, please like and share this video. If y'all want more people in the chat to see it, you got to share it. You got to put it out there so that people know exactly what's going on here. All right. Who else has not first time goer, virgin, con virgin? Anymore?
I was a Con of Thrones virgin. It was weird. I was OCD, so I went through and picked out like every single section what I was going to attend. I didn't go to like a single thing. I had 4 panels. I went to those, thankfully, and I went to like a trivia type thing that was pretty fun. We had our own team, me and Abby, and then 2 spotlights. But besides that, it's like, 'cause I'm a smoker. I'm a dirty smoker. I'd go outside, smoke a cigarette. Now I'm halfway through whatever panel I wanted to attend, and then I'm just outside hanging out with everybody for like an hour and a half. But that was a good thing. Arguably, it's better. I mean, the panels and stuff, we do this on a daily, weekly basis anyway. So the best part was definitely just hanging out with people. Oh, and the scooters. The scooters were awesome.
No doubt, no doubt. Is that all the virgins that went there? All right, now we're going to give our opinions. You know, you can see right back here, the Don Tony Teflon's a three-time Con of
We
Thrones
should do
goer.
2-time con goers and then 3-time con goers.
All right, let's do the 2. I didn't know there was that many 2-time people. I guess
Are there?
me and Aziz may be the only 3-time. All right, so the people who have been there for the second time, the 2-time con goers,
Getting very
please give
niche.
us your experience and what it was like for you going the second time around.
Well, I think the second time, this isn't anything against the Dallas location. What I liked about the Dallas thing was it was an all-in-one central location, like the hotel, and it seemed like everyone was staying in one hub. But Nashville's a tough city to beat. The energy you have in Nashville is just amazing. But I think one of the cooler aspects, and one of it had to do with Sam. It's someone I met last year in a panel, and we don't often talk or anything. And then to come in and like do that villains panel specifically stands out to me as one of the most fun moments. There were other panels that were exceptionally enjoyable throughout, but that panel was just, we all just didn't like, we all gave a fuck, but didn't give a fuck in the best possible way. And the vibe in the room was really good, and they fed into us, and it turned into insanity. And so I guess what I look forward to is, because I do a lot of podcasts, but in my room and talking to live audiences, I like actually getting to and playing rock and roll music and playing that on stage. It's a good thing to mesh the two and actually see the faces of the people you're talking to. So I think that's the thing even more this year, that just I kind of like just realize that's why partying with everyone, hanging with everyone is obviously Jimmy's on the cake. But getting to babble about the show or just insanity or just have a good time and essentially do a podcast live on a stage in front of people is just something that I don't get to do often, and it's a lot of fun.
Nice. Two-timer.
All right, I've only ever been twice, so I feel like this time around, my panels were better because I was less nervous. So for me, that was cool. And then also I got to hang out with more people this time around, and like Tony's party was the best party, hands down. That was the most fun party. But I also went to like I went to a few parties, and they were all great, and just meeting everybody again and seeing everybody, meeting Gray Area in person, my podcast buddy. That was really great. And, it was just fun seeing everybody. It's just great. No complaints.
You made me less nervous. I'd just like to thank you too, Quinn, for our panel. I appreciate that.
Any more two-timers? All right, that is the two-timers. Now it's time for the three-time Kind of Throne goers. That's an exclusive club there.
That's
Not
right.
everyone can say they've been there from the jump and everything else. So I think there's only 3 of us here actually who've been there 3 times. So we'll start with you, milady. How was your 3rd time going to the con? How was it for you?
It was so lovely. So yeah, I've been all 3 years so far. The first year I kind of only knew the folks that I went with, the rest of the Burlington crew. And then we didn't do any panels. The second year, I think I only did 1 or 2 panels outside of the live watches that we did. And this year I did 6 panels, which was rad and exhausting. And each year has felt more and more like a family reunion. This year more than any, because I think last year it was a lot of like meeting people and getting to know each other a little more. And this year was like, we're in this shit. We already love each other. Like, let's go all in. It was really, really wonderful. So I think there was more, the saying that you were a bit less nervous about your panels this year, that was absolutely true for me as well, which I didn't have any anxiety going in. It was just sort of like getting in there and having a time, which, that villains panel was totally unhinged and ridiculous, but people liked it, so it's fine. Yeah.
And we liked it too. And we liked
Steve, 3-time con goer.
Yeah, man, it was it's true what Sam said. Every time, everyone had such a great first time experience, but arguably it just gets better because, like Sam said, everybody already. You show up and you're like, it's not the first time you met people, and that's special when that's that first time. But that second time, that third time, you kind of in the swing of things already. So you see people walk in, you already know them, and you're like, oh, you're that person I see once or twice a year, and you have that experience over and over, because especially if you get there early, which we made a point to do, because last year and the year before there was always a couple people that got there before us, a couple people that got left after us. So this time we decided to get there on Wednesday and not leave till Tuesday. So we had nice full coverage. All the people that were there after, all the people that were there before, we got to maximize our time. Cause we get pretty busy during the actual con doing panels. And, sometimes with the parties and everything, you stay up kind of late and you get a little tired. So you want as much time as possible. That is one thing that people say, is it as awesome as it is, it flies by so fast. Time does fly when you're having fun. And You know, that's we just wanted to try to maximize it, and that really paid off this time. Got a lot of FaceTime with people, and yeah, just I think the con was maybe even bigger than the first 2 years put together in terms of ticket sales. I'm not sure about that, but it was close. It was so much bigger. It was bigger than we expected, and that's great. That just means more cosplays, more people, more like people that want to hang out and have a good time. Just builds it all a little better. As far as the venue, I agree with what people were saying. It was a little big. It wasn't as confusing as Opryland. Opryland was awesome. Opryland was a little confusing. All three venues had their charm. I think I agree that Dallas having it tight together was probably the most appropriate. And Dallas's hotel was the most welcoming. They had like the map, and the hostess was dressed up as Daenerys. But you can't complain about Nashville. It was awesome, just perfect, just about every way. And I'm about to just keep talking here, so I'll cut it off right now.
Yeah, I walked through the city 2 nights in a row, just the whole night, and nobody bothered me. Like, safest city in the world, at least for me. But yeah, sleep is important. I definitely would recommend. I think I found that out. I was like, hey, sleep is something I need. So yeah.
What's that?
Well, I didn't get it. But yeah, it worked out. Yeah, very nice city.
What even is time?
That's what it is. I got a super chat in the building from Gambino Capo. Thank you very much. So glad all you guys enjoyed the con. This all-star live stream is dope. Special shout out to Gray 410. We out of here. Thank you for the super chat. You know what I mean? Thank you. I thank Gray Area for the super chat.
Also, can I shout out like Tiny Area, because Great Area's sister was there, and like we had to give her a nickname, so I've dubbed her Tiny Area or Wee Area. She was cool as F.
We really have to give him a nickname.
Yeah, Phil called her Little Gray.
Little Gray. We had a Little Bear, so yeah, Little Gray works out.
I like Little Gray.
Can we have a moment to talk about Little Bear, because she was one of the stars of
the cosplay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so we'll go through the cosplay in a second.
Right, cool.
But before I do that, let me give you as a three-time guy who went to the con. I'll tell you how I felt about it. I thought it was the best con of them all. Yeah, obviously I've been to them all. The first one, I was very nervous, and I had driven down there, so it was a little bit different for me. I was tired and had to drive back, and I was always thinking about this one. I flew out. I liked Nashville the best. The Texas one was good. I think the one that happened in Texas was just that the bar was right there, and everyone just left the con. It was in the same building as the hotel, so you just went right to the bar, and you were able to hang out with people more than what it was at this con, because as soon as it ended, there was no place to hang out, so everyone had things set up. And I would say if there was anything that we could do, I think if we were able to coordinate after con activities better, I think that would eliminate a lot of that hassle that we had. But for actual con itself, I thought that this was the best con of all. The costumes are great. And I thought that they had the best panels lineup set up than they had in all the other cons. I think the people getting it together are getting in their groove now, so they know what people really want to see in the panel. And I think that a lot of the people who came up with ideas for panels came up with really good ideas this year for panels. My best experience there was just meeting all of the people that I wanted to meet, like Kevin Cleary, Bubba Husky, everyone that be up in the chat, that I got to see in person and stuff. I'm not going to name everyone because I'll mess up their names, but Kevin Cleary's soon-to-be wife, he has no choice but to marry this chick, because that's like my sister now. And if he doesn't marry her, I'm going to be there with the shotgun making sure he marries her. He's got to do it now. He should have. She's the best in the world. He should have never brought her, because I love her now, and he's got to marry her, and that's the way it is. But just meeting, look, I got to meet, obviously me and Aziz, I've seen Aziz a couple of times, but I got to meet Gray. I got to meet Robert from In Deep Geek. I got to meet Alt Shift X, and I didn't even believe it was Alt Shift X when I seen him. I quizzed him. I had to quiz this dude on his identity to make sure. That was
one of my favorite parts. You quizzing him. I was telling everybody about that afterwards. He was like, "How many views did you have on your?"
It felt right, but it also felt inappropriate. I like it. Yeah.
So fun.
I had to quiz the guy. I did. I was like, so tell me what your first video you ever released was. Alt Shift X, if that really is you.
Holy shit, that's funny.
Oh, nicest dude. And evidently he's got like pseudo accounts too that he uses that he doesn't have his name, so he's even more mysterious. But yeah,
that is exhausting.
Guy. It is. I guess being a genius is exhausting. I don't know.
It is. So I got to meet Elma. I got to meet Lauren from Lauren's Girl. I got to meet Gray. I got to meet In Deep Geek. I asked Gray to specifically introduce me to him because I wanted to meet him and stuff. So it's really things like that. Obviously, I got to meet Justin too. Bridge 4, I got to meet him. Everybody up on this panel, I got to meet. So it's just like that's what it really meant to me, was really just meeting more people. I just was so happy to meet more new faces and actually talk to people, and especially people who do what I do. Because look, when I was down there, people would give me advice about my channel, what I should do, and that means the world to me. And I didn't even have to ask them. They forwarded that information to me and stuff like that. All right, so let's talk about the cosplay and what y'all thought was the best cosplay, whatever about cosplay. Let's cosplay in general that happened at the con. Go ahead, y'all take it away.
I think the best cosplay was every single person, all 8 million people who cosplayed as Sansa Stark.
There was a lot of
really,
Sansa.
It's so few overlaps too, right? Like there's so many Sansa looks, and they were just
I loved it.
It's incredible.
Oh, I know that was driving Timo crazy.
There was a guy going about just holding a door.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
like
the cardboard door.
Yeah, the cardboard door. And there was this other woman that dressed up as Drogon, and she looked like, forgive the pun, but absolutely smoking. I got video somewhere, but it doesn't have any audio.
There was a full Great Bastards cosplay. There was a Bittersteel with full armor and purple eyes. That was Brian E. And then there was the Blood Raven with the white skin. You need the white makeup and the red eye, and the one eye faded out, and the whole costume and everything. And there was Christina Manoli of Blood of the Podcast did Shiera Seastar. She had one blue eye, one green eye. She had the blue-green necklace that Shiera wears, and the fancy noble dress and all that. It was perfect, I swear. And then they had Joshua Harrison being Aegon the Unworthy, who many years ago Joshua Harrison actually cosplayed Aegon the Unworthy at Ice and Fire Con, not Con of Thrones, and they did all 9 of his mistresses for real. So he ran that back this time with the Great Bastards instead of the mistresses. So that was just, they didn't even do the costume contest because that's how many awesome costumes there were. They had already changed into something else by then. So
yeah, it really was a lot of costumes. Super Chat Fernandez T says thanks for putting this together. Thank you, Fernandez T, for that. I loved the girls with the wings that moved. They were able to pull the wings up and stuff. I love those costumes with those chicks right there. And I also loved that little Lyanna Mormont girl was phenomenal. And then they had her, the guy who played 1-1, picked her up in the air, and they had to hold the dagger to his eye. Did you see that picture?
Oh, I wish I need that picture. I need that.
I really like Arya, with the barrel, the oysters, clams, and cockles Arya. Did you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, the wheelbarrow. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, she really had the wheelbarrow. She was not playing. When there's a lot of Aryas, but no one else had the wheelbarrow. You know what I mean? You're taking it to a different level when you're bringing a wheelbarrow into this.
Arguably the worst Arya, like the one that people like the least. Did you guys see the Littlefinger? He works at the airport. As I was missing my plane, he stopped me to tell me about Con of Thrones. If you're nicest dude in the world, but when I'm missing my plane, there's literally nothing that is like worth interrupting me for, because I'm missing a plane. So no, like I really wanted that interaction, but I missed my plane again. And you work at he said the reason he was there was for the con. I'm like, don't you work at the fucking airport? What do you mean? Like I didn't get it, but yeah, he does work there, and he does stop people missing planes, or maybe causes them to. But nice guy.
There was a Littlefinger that literally looked like Littlefinger. It looked like
it was him. He looked just like him, even in his TSA outfit. Yeah.
I got a picture with him.
He told me chaos was a ladder. I'm like, no, I'm missing a plane. It's not a ladder. I'm like, it's a big inconvenience. Big. That's my rant. Sorry.
Anybody else with costumes?
I like the Dothraki Aquaman guy. There was the combination of Aquaman and Drogo. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a really cool. Whoops, sorry.
Go ahead.
That was a really cool, like Marjorie Tyrell that had the wildfire going up the dress and had lights on and stuff. I just thought.
There was a weirwood tree. Somebody dressed up as a weirwood tree. That was just beautiful. A lot of details.
That was Mandy.
Mandy, that's right. Oh my gosh, yeah. She had so many, and she had a Olenna costume as well with those glasses. That was epic. Yeah.
Two other favorites for me were Con Snow, the shot of Con Snow getting his face licked by the white dog that looked like Ghost, because it was exactly what everyone wanted on season 8. It was like, we want to see that exact thing, Ghost licking Jon. And of course, y'all don't. For those of you who don't know, Con Snow really looks exactly like Kit Harington. Even Nikolai Coster-Waldau, because he took a picture with him, was like, the picture of him with Con Snow, Nikolai's making this face like, what the hell is going on here? That is clearly.
What was that in the background of the bird?
Yeah,
I heard that. What's going on over there?
Kate was yelling.
So you tell Kate she's invited to come on and yell. She'll have to yell. She can come.
I didn't even know she lives in Scotland. Did you know that? Like,
yeah. She's Scottish.
Oh, her accent is thicker than yours, Lauren. I did when I first met Kate, and I met her because Aziz, the first year, he was going to dinner. I was walking by. He was like, "Come on, we're going to dinner with Kate." I was like, "Me?" He grabbed me. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to. Like, and she was so nice. I mean, as nice as a person you would ever think. Like, this is a person in the movie star, has been in the movies, all that, and she just was just sitting there yapping it up, having a good time. And I had no idea her accent was as thick as it really was.
Yeah. So if she's Glaswegian, she'll have a much thicker accent than me, and you'll have much a harder time understanding her at first. She
has such a delicate, beautiful accent. As I'm looking over to the kitchen and waiting for her to pop out.
My dad is Glaswegian, so like I know how the patter goes.
Kate, they're talking sweet things about you.
I recall.
Do you want to say hi?
Here we go.
Oh my goodness! Special guest.
Hi, Kate.
Oh my god!
Look at that. Hello, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
We have a special guest. Special guest. She did not get pushed out the moon door. She is right there, hanging out with us.
I survived. I'm living a secret life in Glasgow now.
Yep.
All right, Kate, what's happening? Good to hear you.
I love your accent.
I know, Hen. I love yours too. It's absolutely fucking stunning.
Okay, can I ask you this question? Because Lauren told me this. She said that people in Scotland, you have a hard time talking to the Alexa on Amazon that doesn't understand your accent. Have you gotten that problem with the Alexa? You have Alexa?
No.
You don't have that over there?
Yes. Well, I don't have Alexa, but no, Siri doesn't understand me at all.
No.
And actually on YouTube, you can look up this brilliant sketch. If you just look up Scottish men in elevator sketch.
Oh my God, that thing's amazing.
And honestly, they get into this voice activated lift and they're like 11. And she's like, please say that again. And they're like 11. And they try all these accents and they end up screaming at her and shouting freedom and everything. It's hilarious.
It's like the James McAvoy SNL bit where he's the flight attendant or he's the pilot.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
more or less.
Me and Siri had to break up and I had to turn her off because she was just like, what are you saying? And like, oh yeah. So
that's got to be a way bigger problem than, I mean, Scottish isn't that different from just like basic English. So
I know.
Yeah.
Scots and standard English are dramatically different.
Yeah, but I'm saying let's put it in a world perspective. I'm just saying that's got to be a way bigger problem.
I know, and it's funny because we can understand lots of accents, but people just like, oh, Scottish. Are you Irish? Are you Scottish? And they just don't know.
Are you speaking Gaelic? That's another one that I've got. I'm like, this is not Gaelic.
Your accent is really easy to. I don't have a tough time.
And we missed you this year, Kate. We wish that you were there hanging out with us. We need you to come back. We would like you to come back. We need you there.
That would be great. I would definitely come back one day because it's such a special con, isn't it? It's beautiful. I had a wonderful time when I was there the last time, and it just bowled me over, the whole kind of atmosphere and the love. It was a beautiful experience. Really was.
You need to come. You need to come next year, so I have another Scottish person there.
Yes, and then translate for each other.
I know, right? We can just sit and have patter with each other, and no one will understand a thing.
No, it'll be like us doing a secret language. It'll be amazing.
I'll translate for everyone else.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Did you meet her at the con? Is that how y'all became friends?
Yeah, we became friends from the first con.
We did, and then you came over with Paula to Glasgow, and we hooked up last year in Glasgow. So yeah, Sam's come to stay, and it's brilliant. It's really nice.
It's so nice.
And did you have a good time at the con this year?
Yeah, I had a great time at the con. I think everyone here, I could say the same, that they all had phenomenal times while being at the con. I think it was the best con of them all. It would have been even better if you would have been able to make it and everything. Look, we have Kate right here. I don't want to monopolize your time. Is there any questions anyone has for her or want to say before she runs away? You know, if you have anything you ever wanted to ask her, here's the time to ask her.
Can I ask a
You
question?
can ask me anything.
What happened to the boob? Is it in the bin?
I packed the boobs up in a box and left them behind. Yeah, those boobs. And honestly, the stuff that was getting, you know, when people discovered Lino in the final episodes and the internet went mental, I had some really disturbing, really disturbing memes and like people, saying, yeah, well, I won't go into it, but yeah, you can imagine.
You should have kept it and signed it and put it on eBay and sold it for charity.
Well, it's just your mother's milk was so nourishing. That's why he came out so good.
It was along those lines, but ruder, if you can imagine. But yeah, it was that kind of thing. And I was just like, oh no, this is so disturbing for me. Yeah, Lino's amazing. What an amazing guy. You know, he played that part of Robin so well, you know, and for such a young boy to get a handle on that, I thought he was great. He was wonderful to work with.
Someone from the chat asks, how do you feel about your son all grown up?
Oh, well, I've seen Lino. Him and his parents came and saw me in a play when I was in London a couple of years ago, and he's such a lovely young man, and it's just nice seeing him doing well and still acting, and his parents are lovely. So yeah, I think I'll always have quite a protective feel about Lino because, you know, we went through that experience together, and, you know.
And from the chat, it was San Rexian. Sorry, I just saw it quickly. I saw the question before your name.
You
I wasn't
fucked up, dude. I saw that.
I totally screwed her over there. But no. And Santovia says, did you take any props from the set as a keepsake?
No, I don't. As a matter of fact, I tend not to, because as an actor, I tend to literally and physically pack my characters up and say goodbye and I kind of wave them off, you know.
Well, you have your Robert Ball,
yeah. And then Robert Ball, who does those beautiful, you know, A Beautiful Death, the illustrator, he sent me my beautiful death that he'd illustrated. So I have that in my wall, which is just something I'm going to treasure forever. And his illustrations are some of the most exquisite, beautiful things I've ever seen. So to have my death on my living room wall, sorry family, it's just a real treasure for me. So no, I didn't take anything away apart from brilliant memories of working with the most amazing people in front of the camera, but also behind the camera, and the hard-working crews and the amazing directors. So it was just a joy of a show to be involved in, and I feel very, very grateful to, you know, playing a part like that and just being part of such a special show. So yeah.
Look, it's
You're
like
such an amazing person.
here.
We need more people like you.
Well,
There's
you're
no
all,
doubt.
and also, you know, the fans are such a big part of Game of Thrones. Like, seriously, you know, it's such a big part. And when I go to the cons and meet the most amazing people who know so much and have invested so much in it, and genuinely everyone involved in Game of Thrones really appreciates that, you know. And I love meeting people at cons and getting to admire like things they've made or things they come to bring you to sign, or you know, it's just a wonderful way of being able to connect, and it feels a lot more than just fans, doesn't it? It feels like a real community.
Yeah, we were saying
People
that it
still
feels
talk
like
about
a
how great
family.
you were. Like years
Yeah.
later, still say Kate was. Everybody wants you to come back. Really, it would be so easy for me to just say that, but it's true.
Well, that's
really
really kind, and I would love to come back genuinely, because it was a really special experience for me, and I connected with a lot of like people like you, Sam, and I met Paula Fairfield like that, and Oz of Thrones, and you know, there's so many, Sue the Fury, and there's all these people, and it was just wonderful to sort of make those connections and people and friendships to genuinely develop. So we're laughing. My partners, we're just,
No, I agree with you. It'd be great to have you back. We wish you were there. And I would say that in the show, I think you had the best throne, even better than the Iron Throne.
No,
I like your throne better.
I wouldn't have minded taking that home.
Oh yeah, that was the best. That was the best throne of every throne in Game of Thrones. That was to me, that was the best throne of them all.
I mean, the work behind the scenes, like the people who crafted that throne, and how much that helps your character when you're playing a part like that that's so far removed from who I am as a working class ordinary woman, you know, to play a lady like that. You know, your costume and your makeup and your hair and the set, they just lend so much help to creating how you play, you know. So what a throne to sit in, eh?
Paula just texted me. I think her ears were burning that we were just talking about her.
Paula, we love you. So I'm hoping to see Paula in London soon as well. So yeah, it's a real reunion. It's really special. But I feel I'm dominating the podcast, so I'm gonna go now and leave you to it. But listen, it's so nice to meet you and speak.
It's so nice to meet you. Thank you. This just shows you the type of person that she is. I told y'all she was so nice. She came on here, just came on and sat down and spent some time with us.
Oh, just maybe it's just too freaky. I'm like, hi. You're like, get lost.
No, yeah, let us just talk about the actors. Let's get the actors off here. No, you know, that makes so much sense. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I just want to say,
all of us should leave, and you should continue the podcast.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, thank you. Yes, that is. Yeah, that's the reason.
Oh, that's nonsense.
It is, though. It is, but thank you.
Aye, Hen, thanks for putting them on in the chat and having some banter with us.
You're
I'm so
absolutely
pleased.
welcome, doll, anytime. And I hopefully see you all at the con and we can have some patter. That would be great.
Yeah.
And then in fact, the next time I see you all, we'll do the Siri thing and you'll see just how hell it is for Scottish people.
We need to get Daniel Portman in on that as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Because he's from Edinburgh, isn't he?
We could do that as a funny panel, actually.
He's from here too.
Yeah, Dan's from Glasgow as well. So we'll get a wee Glasgow posse over and we'll definitely do something like that.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. Take care.
Oh, thank you for dropping in. Thank you. Look at that! Look at that Teflon.
You've been pulling it lately, dude. You've been pulling the big name.
That Teflon TV. Who does that? Teflon TV does that, right? Everybody got to hit that thumbs up button for that right there. Come on, people. I don't want to hear that. I mean, you can't hit the thumbs up button up for that. What are you here for?
Where do we go from there?
Well, finally, we can get back to it. All right. Yeah.
I know. Worst. Just mean as hell.
What up to my man Mojini Linguini up in the chat? I would have you over here, man, but it seems like it's full. I guess we can't add any more people. For some reason, I thought we could do 25, but I guess it's full right now. Thank you for the super chat, Daryl Hall. Appreciate that, baby. All right, so we're talking about the kind of thrones. Look at the relationships you can form. And that just shows you how down to earth a lot of these actors really are and how comfortable they feel at this particular con. You see other people, I go to the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Boxing Hall of Fame every year, and these athletes are not like that. Boxing, yes, but the baseball guys are very standoffish, and maybe they have to be. But this con, the actors are truly, you know, even when you talk about Shireen and everyone, they're all very, when Joe Dempsey, I keep saying Jack Dempsey because I'm a boxing fan, but Joe Dempsey, and when he was there, he was real nice. Everyone just seems to be very at home They seem to let their guard down, and they're very approachable, and that's evident in right there in what you just see in Kate Dickey. Obviously, she became really good friends with Sam just from being at that con. So that's why. Not saying if you go to the con, you're gonna have a superstar become your friend. You're gonna wind up at her house. All right, I'm not saying that. All right, don't get
You are
away.
saying baseball players are assholes, so that is clear. That's been made clear. That's a statement. I agree. I'm just saying that's
Darryl Strawberry. I just met Darryl Strawberry, and he's a great dude. Let me tell you. All right, so
that's a weird one to pick. Okay, but yeah,
I just met him. That's right. I just met Darryl. He's mad cool.
Let me tell you two more actor stories real briefly from the last con that are kind of in line with this. But first off, you're right. That was the most unbelievable live display of exactly what we're talking about how the con people are so cool, the actors are so cool. Like, how much better proof could we have had than just freaking Kate Dickey just shows up? It's like, hi, y'all. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I also ended up on the show because of the con. So,
hell yeah.
like, that rules in itself, too.
So,
yeah. Well, yeah, because Paula and I became really good friends because we met at the con, and that's why when you like anytime white Viserion is screaming, my scream is in that. And then also, but then also the big one is Ned Umber when they set him like that scream right before they set him on fire is just me screaming.
Oh my
You're
God.
Ned Umber scream.
That is terrifying.
You're
famous.
You're an actress.
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
So, and that
so
wouldn't
cool.
have happened. Like, I've gotten to go to the premieres and like do all kinds of really cool shit. Like, as a result of friendships I've made through the con, like it's legitimately changed my life.
I did say that scream sounded a little girlish. I did say that when I heard it. I said he's screaming a little high. That seems like a little high. I didn't see any Michael Jackson in. All right, Aziz, you said you had something you wanted to say about that?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, Aziz, please, my love.
Two quick stories. All right, so I'm sitting there having some lunch in the hospitality suite, and I'm the only one in there. I'm just having a coffee like I do, in between panels. And Jerome Flynn just walks right in. He's got like two people in his entourage, like his assistant and somebody else. And since I'm the only one in the room, it's kind of weird for him to just walk past. He just walks right up to me and he's like, "Hey, I'm Jerome." I'm like, yeah, I know. Hi, I'm Aziz. But then sitting at a table with 2 days later, sitting at a table with Mallory Rubin and Jason Concepcion and Dave Gonzalez, and Nikolai's in there with his family. He's got his 2 daughters and his wife. And so we're not bothering him. He's doing his thing, but he has to walk past us to get to the food. So he walked past us, gets his food, and then he walked past us again to go back to his table. But then he stops and he turns around and he looks at us and he goes, "I'm surprised they don't have any lemon cakes here." And we all just died. And Mallory Rubin, who's of course extremely famous herself, just like does the loud whisper lean down thing where she goes, "He talked to us. He's so hot." And that was that. Everybody loved Nikolai so much.
Oh, Nikolai brought in the ladies. Oh my
Very
God, the
charismatic.
ladies were lined up for Nikolai. Lined up like he was me or something. I didn't understand it because I thought, I was there. I was like, all right, this is natural. Then I was like, wait a second, they have Nikolai. No, he's
I was about to say, Tony, you jealous?
I am. Yeah,
They just didn't see
every
you,
guy
that's
in there
all.
was jealous. God damn it! It wasn't just me. It was every guy. When you have 3,000 women lined up to take a picture with you, who wouldn't be jealous of that shit?
Yeah.
Gray, you said something. I heard you, Gray.
Somebody fact check that.
I forget who it was, but it was someone there. I don't remember the name, but their wife is terminally ill, and Nikolai did a whole video for his wife. If anybody in the chat knows who that was.
Yeah, I didn't catch you. Actually, you and I, we were there, I think, and Kev was there when he was mentioning that, and I didn't catch his name, but that was just so touching. He actually, you want to talk about it, Gray? How he did that? That was just beautiful, and he didn't even have to ask like specifically for it. The guy just said, "Okay, just step to the side, and I'll take care of you. Just wait a little bit." And he actually made a video specifically for his wife, not in front of everybody. He took the phone with him, and he kind of walked the hallway, giving her a personal message, heartfelt personal message. That was just so touching.
Kevin Cleary says it was Chris Fellows. It was his wife.
Chris Fellows, that's what's up. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about what I want to ask the next panel is anyone who took a picture with Nikolai. I want you to explain your experience real quick if anyone here did it. But before we do, let me introduce someone who just jumped on the panels right now. I'm looking at her. She's the one order. And listen, this girl's Arya cosplay was phenomenal. Phenomenal. One of the best cosplay I've seen in there. And that is the one, the only is Sam Rixian. And I was so happy to meet you. Hi, Sam Rixian. How are
Hi,
you?
buddy. I broke into the panel. I've been watching from the shadows. How's everybody doing?
Everyone is great. And you have a blanket behind you, too?
Yes, I do. I had to get on
bearer?
to show off Nancy T's beautiful, warm fleece
Oh, look
blanket.
at that.
Anyone who's a blanket bearer is down with us.
Right? If you're a blanket bearer, you've been through things.
That is right. That is right. Not anyone is a blanket bearer.
Yeah. Like a Kingsguard cloak or something.
It definitely is. So anyone on this panel who take a picture with Nikolai? Anyone take a picture with him on this panel?
Real quick.
You
Real
did?
quick.
Go ahead. But go ahead, Kev.
Real quick, Tone, the very first thing that happened, well, the first thing that happened to me at con was that I fell off my skateboard and got hurt. Second thing, I walk into the hotel, Nancy T, and I get a blanket. Apparently, I'm on the blanket squad. I don't know what I did to earn that, though. But yeah, Nancy, shout out to Nancy T. Nancy T is awesome. Sorry.
That's special by the moment, Nancy, but thank you.
Yeah, I have to say thanks to Nancy as well. And to Alicia, she helped me get an extra blanket so I can bring one home and give one to my sister, because the minute she spotted the one I had, she was like, I want one. So low-key, I decided to try and get one for her, and her utter reaction when I brought it home was just priceless. It was worth everything. So thank you, Nancy and Alicia.
And she's so, I have to add to that, Nancy is so extra special. I mean, everybody knows that, but I remember last year when I wasn't able to make the con, and a couple of the ladies went there, and Nancy for some reason thought that I will be there as well, and she brought the blanket to me last year, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I made you kind of carry, this is a huge blanket, and she actually sent it to me after that, but I was so blown away, and I think I didn't do an unboxing for it because I guess when I got it, I was so emotional, I actually cried, and I hugged that thing. I'm like, I'm not letting go. I will never wash this again. I did wash it, no, but it was such an amazing feeling getting something, and she's never seen me before, I guess on live streams, but she never met me, and she just wanted to gift it to me. That was the first gift I ever got from anybody whom I've never actually met in person, so that was so very special. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah,
she truly is. Anyone who meets Nancy knows that. You know, we had a party at Smoker Highness's house at the end, and she went all out. She cooked a lot of food, made a lot of food, had, I don't know, maybe 1,000 Jello shots. I don't know how many there were, but we didn't get through them all. There were so many, and she went above and beyond that she really had to do to try to make it comfortable for anybody. I had to go to the store late at night. She got in there, drove me there. So shout out to Nancy T and Mr. T, her husband, because, you know, behind every good woman, there is a strong man, and that's a strong man behind her who helps her out and get everything accomplished. So shout out to my man, Mr. T.
The Iron Bank of blankets.
So who took a picture with Nikolai Culture? Who did that?
I did.
You did? How was that experience for you when you took a picture? How was
right there. There's a picture right there behind my shoulder.
But, without the finger in front of it.
Without the finger in front of it, because I was smiling so hard like a 5th grader. So the line, me and Quinn went together. It wasn't, the line moved really fast. It looked like a long line, but it moved really fast. And you're not supposed to talk to them. You're supposed to just go, get your picture, and go. Like, they don't want you sitting there asking questions or talking to them, because that will cause the line to move slow. So I went in there and I was like, oh my God, I know I'm not supposed to talk to you, but I love you so much. And he was like, please get in here. And he just grabbed me and we did the picture. And then he was like, so nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. He's really sweet, really nice guy.
Yeah, I just blacked out. I forgot I wasn't supposed to talk. I couldn't resist. I was just like, I was like, Jamie.
Yeah, that's not fair if they ask that of us.
I got video, but it wasn't like, like authorized. They made sure to let me know. But yeah, I got it, so I didn't pay. It was good though. It was good for me.
I got my photo taken with the wolf dog.
Everybody too, like all these fans, like being a little awkward, and apparently he just knew how to handle all that. Just perfect. Like just handles it so well, smooth. Yeah, that's the read you get from him. It's just like nothing makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah,
very, yeah.
Jan, you got your picture taken with you able to get your picture taken with direwolves, or with direwolf, not direwolves, but all right, the direwolves.
They're direwolves. I'm gonna accept that they're direwolves. I'm sorry, my voice is still kind of gone from the con, so if I sound really hoarse, that's why. But they told us not to pet the wolf dogs, and I'm like, That's funny. That's so cute. And it was a little baby girl wolf and a big boy wolf, and they were the black, like the shaggy dog color. Just like I was like, how much more perfect can it be? Because I love black dogs. So the little girl dog tried to jump down, and I was like, okay, I can pet the wolf dog, and I just kind of like held her collar gently, and they just push you through, like Gray was saying. It's like, go in, don't talk to the actor, go in, don't touch the dog. I'm like, okay.
I got 6 tickets for the Wolves, so
I know.
So I got to sit in there for a while holding the little guy.
That was the reason. That was the reason. Keep pretending. Oh, come with us. Like, who else can we get? Kev, you're doing this just so that you can have extra time with those pets.
That was
but
great.
that was so awesome of you to do that. Thank you.
I actually found out afterwards that you can go buy the wolf dog stand and like pay like $10, I think, and you could like actually just sit down and pet the wolf dogs. I didn't have a chance to get back up there and do it because I had too many panels, but I found that out afterwards and I was really excited.
I paid $0 to just stand there and look at them for like 10 minutes.
I know, right? I did that. They're majestic.
I seen them take the wolves, and they had a replica of the Iron Throne. Let me tell you, this replica of the Iron Throne was the best replica I've ever seen at any place at all. I wish I had. I'm gonna have to look up these girls' names who made the Iron Throne. These 2 black girls. It was their throne, and she told me that she just felt she was bored one day. And she said she was a Game of Thrones fan, and she was like, I'm going to make me one of those Iron Thrones. And she did. And that Iron Throne is majestic. And I seen them put the wolves on the Iron Throne. And I'm saying there was like 75 people over there taking pictures of these wolves sitting on the Iron Throne. Everyone just came around just to watch the wolves on the Iron Throne. So I'm going to get those chicks' name who made the Iron Throne. I'm going to look that up and stuff. But yeah, that Iron Throne was amazing. I took some nice pictures on it. I took a picture with Sarah Charles on the Iron Throne. I took a picture by myself on the Iron Throne. And I took a picture with them on the Iron Throne. I thought that was one of my good moments of that was the Iron Throne itself. I thought it was great.
I need all these pictures, please, from everybody on the Iron Throne, because we need, like, you remember season 8 promo stuff with like every character on the Iron Throne? We need like all Twitteros and all the YouTube fam on the Iron Throne.
In.
Yeah.
I'm sad I didn't get my picture on the Iron Throne.
I didn't get mine either. I didn't get mine either.
Photoshop me in there.
I will, boo.
I can do it.
Oh,
you trying to step, friend?
Huh?
I'm just fucking with him. Sorry.
For the message I just got privately, I'm on the chat about the phone. I'm not on my phone. Somebody was concerned that I wasn't paying attention, evidently. It's good. I'm listening to you guys.
People are like, pay attention, Justin.
Yeah, I got on my other phone. I got a message. Why the fuck are you on your phone? I'm like, because I'm on. It's a chat. It's a chat. So
bunch of narcs.
Oh, we got a couple of people in the chat. Joe the Magician has joined us in the chat at this particular time. Smoker Highness. Smoker Highness is up in the chat.
Here, but he's sick.
It's Matt. Yeah, he was real sick at the airport when we were flying
out.
Smoker
Highness.
Smoker Highness is in there. What up, Smoker Highness? I took that down.
Are there still people waiting to come in? I could drop out for a bit, let somebody else come in if we got people waiting still.
You're not getting out of this disease. You're staying.
All right, I'm staying there. Cool.
What a martyr, though.
You are stuck. I don't know how many people waiting to come in, but you're stuck in there with us right now and everything else. What else are we going to talk about this year's conference? Let's talk about some of the after events that we went to. I would say the first one was the first party. That was the pre-party. The pre at the bar. What was that bar?
Crying
called?
Wolf.
Crying Wolf. So the Crying Wolf.
Named.
The Crying Wolf. Anyone want to talk about their experiences? They went to the Crying Wolf, how that was, and who set that up. I don't know exactly who set that up. They should get the prop.
I'll talk about my experience just briefly. My favorite parts of the Crying Wolf were just kind of walking in, realizing they're playing Game of Thrones music, and standing at the bar, which is like 6 people deep all the way along trying to get a drink, and then people tapping me on the shoulder like I don't even know their faces, and I'm just like screen name, screen name, screen name, screen name. And then later on, like seeing Gemma and Robert and all that. But the best part was the photo booth, right? Like the photo booth was the best thing ever. Getting crammed in the photo booth with Grey Area and then Crowfruit's daughter like smashing in at the last minute. That photo is perfect. And I also got photo booth pictures with Tony as well, and those are going straight on my new pin board when I get one, because it just those were just hilarious. They're so good. And meeting Bubba is basically the same in person as he is online. You just know it's him. Like, wow, was good. I liked it.
He was great. He was so great.
We're doing a live stream. Yeah, he's fantastic.
He truly was. Derek, super chat for my man, Derek Brock. I got to meet Derek. Brock was up in the building with his beautiful wife. Thank you, Derek, for hanging out with us and chilling and everything else. He says, shout out to all y'all. Wish we had the best time. Can't wait to come back next year. Love y'all, family. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Yeah, I had a great time at that place. I went up in there and I seen Kyle, and that's when I seen In Deep Geek. Gemma was there. Who else was there? I think those were like the people I didn't know that were there. JR was there. I actually got a chance to buy them all a drink and stuff, which is very good. I like to do that and everything. And I had a really good time. I mean, I like the Game of Thrones music, but the Don likes to dance. It's really hard to dance to the Game of Thrones music. I mean, it can be done, but it's
a lot of drugs.
It just takes
alcohol makes it easy.
Yeah, you have to drink a lot to get that dance going. You know what I mean? But that's all it is. But I had a really good time there at that place. So whoever put that together, I like to say thank you for putting that together. You know, because that was like a really good precursor to starting the con off and stuff, and really helped set things off at the con. I don't know who else did I meet there. I think it was Gray who got me out there. Who was like, I'm coming out there, get out. I was like, all right, I'm coming there. I'll be there. And that's the reason why I got out to that place and stuff. I had a really good time there. I think it was just me, Tarzan. Who else went up there with me? I think Timo was with me when they went there. Sir Hunts was there too. That's where I met Sir Hunts. He was up in that piece and stuff like that, doing his Sir Hunts thing. Everything else, and he brought me a couple of drinks too. So shout out to Sir Hunts reviews for coming through and stopping by this year's con. I think he's been to almost every con too. I think he's a 2-time goer at least and stuff. So he's been there. So he was there. Who else? I'm trying to think anyone else.
You got me a drink, man. That was that Mother of Dragons drink. It was tequila and lime and hot sauce, man. It was Tabasco in there. That was some drink.
I don't like drinks that hurt you. You know what I mean? I'm not into the pain. I'm paying for pleasure. You know what I mean? I don't want to get hurt.
I just had to try it. I sipped on it slow. It took me a while to finish that one, but I did finish it.
That's a good drink, though. It paces you.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it was a good thing that it was pacing me. You know, if I just pounded something, that might not have been good for my panels in the morning.
Everything's better after that as well.
I was very hungover for my panel on Friday. I'm thankful that like Saturday was the day that I had 4. But my favorite crying wolf moment was definitely I may have been like 1 or 2 or 8 tequilas deep, like just a few, and I felt like a tap and turned, and there was my beautiful soon-to-be wife, Gray. I don't know if I cried, but I think I like fell to the ground a little bit and was just like, like Gray.
Don't let me go.
Maybe people don't understand or realize that you and Gray consummated your relationship because you had vows. You took vows. You are now con wives.
Yep.
You're now con wives, and you will be renewing your vows at next year's con under a weirwood tree. And if that girl comes dressed up as a weirwood tree, we could use that.
Yeah,
that's legal too.
I would say, I think it is, and I would say that there's one costume I think that was very unique. There always are unique costumes. Like one year, the guy came dressed as the wall. And he wasn't able to get on the cosplay. He said, no, you're just a box. You can't get on stage. I thought they should have put the box on stage. I thought he did a good job. It was very unique. And I thought this year, the long night was very, very good costume. I thought that was I like those costumes like you don't see coming and stuff. I thought she did a very good job with that, the long night costume.
She's the same one that did the Shiera Sea Stars. Yeah, she was crushing it.
Yeah, did anyone see Darth Night Queen?
No. She was great. She was great.
She was amazing. So basically, this lassie came dressed up as the Night Queen, but like with a Darth Maul kind of edge, carrying a lightsaber and had all the horns and stuff like that.
I did see her. Yes, I did. I did see her. I seen her on the Iron Throne with it, taking a picture with the Iron Throne.
I was with you.
You know who we forgot to mention was that Barrack cosplayer that when during the costume contest, he couldn't do the sword properly because it's indoors, but when he's outdoors, he actually did the hand, and the sword actually catches on real fire. Like he worked it so he looked perfect. And there's just shots of him outside with the fire burning bright on his sword, and there's one where he just like leans it over, and Con Snow leans in and lights his torch with it, and classic, just so cool. Yeah,
I would say,
Did anyone go to the T-shirt contest there? There's a T-shirt contest at the Crying Wolf. I didn't even.
I didn't know that there was.
Yeah, it was like going on in the back
bit
room. People were
fuzzy.
just showing off their Game of Thrones T-shirts. I had like hardly an idea what was going on.
I just
It's a little bit
imagine.
fuzzy.
Phil, go ahead. I haven't heard from you.
I know. I'm just such a talker. I figure if I start talking, I might not stop. It's like a ball rolling down a hill. So I'm just trying to back up. But no, I was just going to make a joke about it being a wet T-shirt contest, and I was imagining Kyle in a wet T-shirt contest, and I was a little excited. So
You mean Kyle Lisi? You mean Kyle or Kyle Lisi?
Kyle. I was thinking of Kyle.
Oh, it's Kyle. Kyle is Kyle Lisi.
Yeah, I was glad I got to meet Kyle. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's good people.
Well, isn't it amazing when you meet people, even like no, you don't streams with them, but the connection that you have face to face, like you can really tell like how sincere people are, and it's just you can't even explain it, you know, like just the amount of the respect that you get and the perspective that you get from it. It seems like it should be present within this medium, but it's just not.
And it's
Especially
really,
until
really
especially
fun.
when you drink like 2/5, and then you really get to know each other.
And it's
was
really fun
automatic
knowing that
hugs.
these are actual people. A lot of times people think, okay, they are just, faces on the screen. No, they're real people. You can actually touch them and hug them.
Yeah, they
I'll
get,
marry them.
And
we're just
everyone
really
has
flawed robots. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
I look at it like we're all in the same game. We're all trying to do the same thing. It's all the same fandom. For the fans, at least everyone should get along. You know what I mean? Because it hurts the fans if people don't get along. And I think that when you go to places like that, people you've never met and stuff like that, it usually helps everyone drink. When you drink together, you become friends. You know what I mean? And that's usually what happens at these cons and stuff. I tried to get a selfie with Kyle, but he was busy, so I wasn't able to take the selfie. But I tried to get a selfie with him.
I can tell you guys one of my favorite moments of the con, besides the partying. The partying we'll talk about, but Saturday I had a panel and it was supposed to be with Gemma, and last minute she couldn't do it, and Elamar was there. Elamar was like, I'll do it. I was like, she said, what's it about? I said, it's about the Faceless Men. She said, I don't really know that much about them. She said, but I'll do it. And she went up there on a panel in front of a lot of people like a fucking G. Like, she didn't give a fuck. And I just 100%, Elamar, thank you so much for the 1,000th time for doing that. Because, true friendship forever.
No, my pleasure. I mean, I will wing anything, I'm quiet here because I like Phil, I talk way too much. People, I talk a lot. So definitely I wanted to be quiet, but I'm there for you anytime.
I want to mention another save. So Abby's hubby signed me and him up to do Don't Stop Believing karaoke, which A, I just can't sing, and B, it's just way too high an octave. And thankfully, Phil, the Issues guy, got up there and saved the day with us. So thank you, Phil.
Let me tell you about Phil and the karaoke. Phil was on the karaoke at the Ride the Boat Challenge. And I heard there's some controversy. I didn't win this. We're going to talk about that in a different stream. I'm going to get to the bottom. I'll show you exactly the time that I did win it, because other guys touched the floor within 3 seconds of him getting on, and that means you're out. But anyway, besides that, Phil got on that karaoke stage and did, what was it, Elvis? Were you doing right there?
Yeah, I was doing a little more conversation, whatever. There's some conversation going on.
There's some conversation going on right now too, goddammit. And let me tell you, when Phil got up on that stage, everyone else was up there. They were doing a little shimmy like this. Phil got up there and showed them what Boston was all about. It just got a standing ovation when it was. I don't think people even knew the song. And it was just all about Phil. I think the only thing, they were a little taken back by the microphone jerk off thing.
I was jerking off earlier.
I was fine with
that
it.
was good. I was fine with it too, as long as it didn't do towards me. But
no.
Besides that, Phil,
Justin, was that Justin?
Yeah,
Justin
took it too.
You did compliment me.
Yeah,
I thought that was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in the karaoke, Phil, without a shadow of a doubt. To give you a special shout out for that.
If you have 40 minutes, you have to go to Phil's channel and watch his commentary for the fucking bull ride.
Amazing.
I was watching it at work and I was dying. My coworker's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Listen to this commentary. It's so funny."
I'm
think
still yet to
AK
see it. I have not dared to even go click on that because memories. I'm gonna look at it one day.
It's private right now because there's going to be a better quality version of
Oh,
it.
you took it down.
But
Oh.
maybe what we can do is I can sync up and I can like we can do some editing magic and put some of that on
Okay.
there. I'm sure you're going to hear it in that other version. So there'll be a
Okay.
better version coming out. I think Tony's going to be putting out pretty soon.
Yeah, I just got the footage from Nancy T, and I have another footage from Drinks and No Things. Shout out to Drinks and No Things. I got 2 versions, so I'm going to put that out. I'm going to have that. In fact, I have Phil. If you would like to, when I get the video edit, I'll send it to you. You want to do a? If you want to do a?
Yeah, I can maybe do it,
commentary?
especially because I can know some names and stuff like the names of the participants but yes, we'll see. We'll talk off air.
Yeah, we'll get that done.
And
You know what I mean?
I'll make that video live again because I did have fun with that stuff. That was good and silly. I wish I knew people's names, and I'm sorry if I said anything ridiculous for the people that heard that. But I was having fun and getting into it.
No doubt. But that let's go to that real quick. The Ride the Dragon Challenge was a success. A lot of people signed up to do it. It was really good. I had a lot of fun doing it. Shout out to Tarzan, who actually did all the legwork to make that thing happen. He brought the trophies. He contacted the bar. He got the dragon's head put on there. It would not have happened without Tarzan. So definitely shout out to Tarzan for making it happen. And I thought that was a phenomenal event. One of the best events I think that happened outside of the con was the Ride the Dragon Challenge. I did win it. That's undebatable. People can say what they want because they were mad, but it is what it is. When I show you the footage, you'll see that I won. And that's the bottom line. So
listen, if I hadn't been carted out, right, and that place's AC
Okay.
would have been working.
Yep, we know.
You would have been in for a fucking challenge, okay?
Well, thank God then you were, because it really was no challenge for me. I really went up there on my first time riding the dragon. Like I told all you guys I would do weeks ago. Weeks ago, I told you all that everyone was gonna fall. Timo fell. I told everyone was gonna happen. And it happened, and that's just the way it goes. So I'll definitely put that out there later. Going from that,
Wait, Tony, real quick. Right before it started, I looked over you. It's like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And then like walked away, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not doing it. I'll talk to you offline. You gave me this really funny look. I was like, oh, does he hate me all of a sudden?
Who, me?
Yeah, it was really weird. I think you were just in the zone because you were walking up to hand in the list. I was like, I'll play, and you went like, and then just turned around.
I'm sorry. That's just my New York state of mind. I didn't mean it like that. That's just the way I look at my face. Yeah. No, you should have been in there. I would like to see you get tossed too. I would see prancing around. I was in there watching everybody get tossed. It was hilarious. Watching people get tossed off that thing. I think hopefully, I don't know where the con's going to be next year, but if they do it in Nashville again, I would have wished. Now I've asked y'all, do you think that they should keep moving it from place to place, or would you like one general location? Or do you like the moving?
They need a hotel connected though. That's the problem.
Somewhere with less heat that I can survive.
If it's in July, babe, everywhere's hot.
That's it. So what do you
I talked to Melissa briefly about it. Melissa Manoli, the CEO of Mischief, and she said that they were thinking of moving it somewhere a little more northern. And she suggested, it was just a suggestion. It's not, I wouldn't get excited about it yet, but she suggested Denver as a possibility. So that would be cool. I'm down for Denver.
Denver is on the short list. I think I don't care where it is because we don't spend any time outside of the con as long as the hotel convention and there's a big bar where we can all hang out, then I'm happy.
Yeah, I walked the whole city twice, so yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of walking, yeah.
Denver's got a really high altitude, right? It's going to be hard to breathe up in that piece, right? That's
legal marijuana, though. Legal marijuana. So a lot better.
Everyone is going to die from collapsed lungs, from altitude and weed consumption.
But that's fine. I'm fine dying like that. That's fine. Yeah.
That's the way
Kev,
you
I
want
have a great video, Kev, Ride the Dragon, of us meeting each other, both videotaping like tools, like and running and each other vlogging at the same time. So just showcasing, how much, kind of the vanity, but also, the realism of it. I love it. I'll send it to you. You were dancing out there like a madman too. I loved it.
Listen, I would say this from that Ride the fucking Dragon thing. My legs hurt after being on that dragon. The inside of my thighs hurt, I would say, until I got back and had to go to work. It just happened to go away when I went to work. Fuck work. But until that time happened, my legs hurt all the way up until that point. It really, people told me it's going to take a toll on you. I didn't really think it would, but my legs hurt. My thighs were really banging me after that. So you know,
Never mind your leg. What about Timo's poor leg? It's
Yeah.
her trunk.
I think everyone walked away with an injury.
Yeah.
That's right. I think anyone walked away unscathed.
I guess if you didn't have any like bruises on you, you didn't do it right. So I'm proud to have bruises all over my thighs, my over here, bruises everywhere. Wear them proud. It's all good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that I slept through Friday. No, 'cause everybody's all messed up, and I was sleeping.
I would have got you on that too. I would have got. I would have had to get you on that too.
My
There's no doubt
intention
about
was
it.
to go to the Ride the Dragon, and after my last panel, I couldn't hang. I was like, I don't know how these people party like this.
Oh, there was major bumps and bruises. Let me get shout. Shout out to my man Derek Brock. He put his wife up there to take his stead because Derek didn't want to do it himself. But shout out to her for getting on there. Yeah, Derek, you should have got yourself up on there too. You know what I mean? But no, it was a really good time. Just in that bar in itself was a great time to hang in the bar. I also did win the punching bag challenge.
No,
no. What do you mean?
Hold on. Right, you sort of won, and then the other guy that wouldn't tell us his YouTube name was like got like 1 or something, and then I came in and I got like 600 odd. So I was just a little behind you. I can't remember.
I was in the 900s though, so
I hit 910 when it was all said and done. Then the guy came
I was at
out of here.
933. That one guy beat us both.
You were at 932.
Yes, I do. Yes, I did. I think
Justin Thomas won the contest. I didn't see a 933, but that one guy came up there. I didn't see you, but Justin Thomas, you did whale it. So there's no doubt. I believe that you definitely did. You did hit that thing pretty fucking hard.
I've got proof for my stupidity. My boxing pass right here.
And then that one guy came out there and just fucking annihilated.
Lefty too. I'm very scared of him. I won't.
That was terrible. That was terrible the way that guy hit that thing. You can't take a shot from that dude.
You might have been. You might have been right there with me though, Tony. You were like 933 or 940. So
it was close. I know I was up there. I hit over 930. There's no.
And you hit it earlier than I did. Then you came back and hit it with me again.
So we'll just say that the YouTube challenge we'll give it to Justin Thomas with Tony Teflon in second place. I'm happy to be in second place behind you. It's cool. It just so happens 2 guys who did box for a long time.
Can we settle this in the ring? Can we settle this with some?
We've been trying. Now we got in a big argument about Floyd Mayweather not ever turning his back. Tony says Floyd Mayweather never turns his back in a fight, which is all he does.
At the rooftop party, I was about to have to box him and Pete Easy's brother. Who's trying. I'm gonna have to box both of these dudes at the same time.
You don't want to box
Pete Easy's brother is close to the size of Pete Easy. Man, I would not want to box that guy.
Superman. He's a firefighter, and then he's in the Navy. I go, we can't hang out. You're so virtuous.
Yeah, I got to meet Pete Easy and his brother. That was really cool. And I smoked. Pete Easy's brother gave me my first cigar ever, and I was outside smoking a cigar like a gangster.
What's his name? I know his name. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of it.
In the world.
I know it too. Blaze. I think his name's Blaze. I think it's Blaze.
Nice.
Shout out to Pete Easy and Blaze.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shout out to them too. They was mad cool real quick. All right, so before we're going to talk about the rooftop party real quick. I think almost everyone there. Unfortunately, one person I think wasn't there. Unfortunately, 2 people on this panel weren't there. And you should have been there. I don't know why you weren't there, but you should have been there. But we had a penthouse party at the place I stayed at. Shout out to my man Big Will from Nashville who helped everybody out.
Will's the best.
Hooked everybody up with places and gave people discounts and everything out. Big Will had a great time. Anyone who was at the penthouse party, would you like to tell anything about the penthouse party?
Let's have Phil start.
All right, Phil.
Okay, you had the jam, Phil. I got to say, you got to remind me, man. I got that. I recorded your jam with Will. I sent it to him. I got to send it to you.
Oh, definitely do. And that's the thing I got to say, like just about Will. Aside from the whole the house stuff and hooking us all up, Will and I sort of connected on a musical level, just as like a friendship sort of musical connection of just like speaking the same language. And we threatened to jam all weekend, and we didn't really practice. And we just from like talking about it, and we got to play like a little bit at the party, and it was just a lot of fun to connect with him, and it was a cool jam. And yeah, no, just Will as a contact and as a person, like. Besides everything to do with the con, it was just an X factor about the whole trip. He's an awesome dude and deserves some love. So lots of love to you, dude.
No doubt. And it was a beautiful place. The place was just gorgeous. I was very lucky to have to stay in there. I had a balcony that stretched the whole length of the place. People kept trying to drag me out on the balcony. I don't be dealing. I ain't afraid of heights. I just don't want to fall. You know what I mean? That's all.
Can I be honest? When I went up there as well, I felt the same about that balcony. Like usually it doesn't bother me, but there was something about that balcony that made me feel uneasy. Plus the heat. So, also the lady Laura Dean Starfall is asking, who is Big Will? Is he on YouTube? No, he's not on YouTube, but he's a very influential man within the city, from what I've gathered, and he's like #1, totally, absolutely sound as fuck.
Yeah, like he was like, I think my 600 subscriber, I think he said when he talked to me.
Right.
And he always told me, he was like, listen, if you ever get to Nashville, you ever got to come, I will take care of you for all the videos you made, blah, blah. I promise you I'll take care of you. And he definitely did. It was a stock bar. It's a beautiful spot. Everyone came in there. Everyone had a great time. Tried to invite more people. But the people that showed up was great. We had a great time. We jammed out, had music going all night, had drinks flowing. Everyone had a great time. Phil was on doing his thing on the drums with Will. Elamar, what do you remember about the party?
Oh my god!
Oh,
actually, Will shared his pizza with me. I was so hungry.
Oh, he got pizza, yeah.
Yeah, that was the pizza. That was the pizza that was from. There was only one slice. I'm like looking at that pizza, like I really like your pizza. Like, do you want to share? Like we're gonna be pizza buddies. So he actually shared his food with me. So I know I was safe. Like I knew I would not fall off that balcony. That was. You're right. Something about that balcony. It was, I think, only 2 people would fit in. Like, and then we would have like scoot in front of each other to kind of. You couldn't just walk. Maybe that was the thing. It was really across the entire area, but it was not as deep. So there was if you go too much like this, then you're gonna. Yeah,
it's one clumsy moment from a real tragedy, and I'm super clumsy.
What a beautiful place,
Gilligan, and it's just like I kept seeing that.
They're asking how many floors it was, and I know for a fact it's 22. Yes, 22, and I did it 3 times. I know it's terrible. Yeah. But there's a pool under. There's a pool under it. You would have been fine, Gray. Remember my theory? I kept saying no. You know it was right.
That's what
Timo
was saying to me when she was trying to push me over the edge. She's like, "There's a pool. If you fall, it's okay." I'm like,
"Thank you." Common sense, Timo. God.
Controlled fall, though.
Exactly. I know how to fall.
At one point, Will comes in the room. Right, he's outside. He steps outside for a minute, and he comes back in. He's like, "Everybody, I got an announcement. The neighbor says he could hear us partying, and he's gonna come join us." We're all like, "Uh-oh, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, yeah." So.
Yeah, the guy came over there with his wife, and they hung out for a while too. Had a good time and everything.
Did. Great. I left with a shirt from your party, Tony. He gave me swag.
That part.
Yeah. Shout out to Gray Area for bringing me some chicken up in that piece. Yeah, I appreciate that. I truly do appreciate the chicken that she brought me up in there. She had to stand online to get
that just made me think of something. An AK for that curry.
Oh,
good.
That curry was amazing.
Anyone who got some of that, thank you so much. I
I didn't even get to eat my curry. Like I maybe had a taste of it, and then it in some sort of transit between the con and Nancy's van and something else, it went missing. So I never actually got to eat mine.
That was my first one ever, and it was delicious. I actually got to eat it at some point after coming to the hotel. I don't know, it was late one of those days, but it was amazing. So Tony, I wanted to ask you about those chips, because I told you can never only have one of those. I think whoever was there with us, I think Sarah, those chips you could not have one. It was
I ate all the chips. I ate every chip I could get my fingers on. And I would say a memorable moment for me that night was not as memorable as it should be, but I'm sitting on the couch, I'm chilling, I'm having a good time, and then Steve Love comes and starts trying to touch me, and it's he puts his arm around me and stuff. He's rubbing my arm. He's like, "Hey, how come we don't hang out more often than at the con?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Maybe because of this." But shout out to my man Steve Love, man. And then I showed Elamar, didn't know that he was the guy from the show, and I showed her the clip of him getting the finger up the bum and him getting his head chopped off by the hound.
I was like, "Nice to meet you."
I don't know if he was trying to put his finger up my bum.
The show either. I don't know anything. No, not Jon Snow.
Well, how much do you guys
Even
connect with
I-
others outside of the content? You know, like a bunch of us content
Yeah.
creators talking. Like we didn't talk about content that much. I mean, Aziz, I probably talked your ear off a little bit because I'm always trying to, get into that well of knowledge. But like for the most part, I found that to be very interesting. You connect on that different level, which I think it's so much more.
Yeah, and that's huge because we're all like, if you're a podcaster, blogger, YouTuber, whatever, a lot of us, we're kind of in a bubble in our own world. Like we know each other, we talk online, but like I don't have like coworkers to go chat with around the water cooler. You know what I mean? I don't have like, that's what I value, meeting the fans and all the people. But this it's special to meet other people doing the same thing that very few of us do, because we just, you don't have that connection with a lot of people. People don't know the grind, like, the specifics, like other people have harder jobs, obviously, but the specific things we do, the nuance, it's someone to share that with. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot.
And what I enjoyed at one point in the evening, Tony got sick because people kept coming and Tony was glad to have people come, but he got sick of going up and down the stairs because you needed to unlock with a key. So I became the elevator bitch, which was really fun, going up and down the elevator and kind of getting to talk and have a one-on-one few moments with something. I remember Aziz and I were going downstairs to go meet somebody, a couple of other people, like just going up with Pete Easy and his brother, had a little adventure with them. So that was a kind of extra moment of that party. I enjoyed being the person with the key to come down and to be the elevator person that evening.
You did a great job doing that too.
Yeah, you were like, I'm done. At a certain point in time, you're like, Phil.
It was too many. Because the way it was people don't realize it was like it's a private condo, so you have to have a key to use the elevator to go up. So in order to let people in, you gotta go downstairs, you gotta use the key and let them all the way up because it's the top floor. So I did it like 10 times in a row, and then Phil was just gracious enough to say, you know what, I got this for you. I'll do the next couple of times. He went down there.
It was selfish because I'm a people talker and I like getting people in captive audience positions when they're trapped in an elevator. They're forced to hear me talk.
Did anybody else have the experience of the elevators being like ridiculously confusing? Because I taught like 15 people at my hotel how to use their elevator key.
I was locked in the stairs, so I would say yes.
Yeah, you were.
Justin Thomas gets the medal for that.
The bottom floor, the very bottom floor of a penthouse, and I worked in commercial construction. I do know this, but again, no sleep and drinking is always unlocked. The very, very bottom. I always stopped about 2 floors, and then I was running back up trying to find Gray because I'm like, oh, I'm inconvenienced, and I'm making it's a big issue for you and Quinn. You got to wait for me because we were sharing the Uber, and I just ended up running around for nothing, and it was really terrible.
Me and Quinn walked to the elevator. He's behind us in the condo, and I'm like, where did he go? So we get to the elevator, we come back, like, is Justin? Where's Justin? They're like, he's gone, but he didn't walk past us, so we don't know where he went. And we waited, like, the Uber took a while.
Yeah, you waited it was very, very nice of
Waited
you.
outside with Phil and Ashaya for a while, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, where is Justin? And then the next morning, I see he's on Twitter talking about he went up and down to a 22.
Oh my God, yeah. And then I walked home from there, to the Sheridan. So yeah, no, that's it happens to everybody, right? Stairs versus man, they always win. Yeah, embarrassing.
Let me give a shout out, super chat right here from my man Steven Stark. He says it was awesome to see all you guys. The Don was a great host for the Ride the Dragon. Let's do it again next year. Let me give a shout out to Steven Stark, especially Steven Stark's a cool cat. He had a great costume and that baby looked real that he was holding on to.
At least every other person would ask if baby Aegon was real.
And that baby was kidnapped. That baby was kidnapped.
Yeah, I was about to say, Sandra, didn't you steal a baby?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I may or may not have seen.
Steven walks off. He's not looking, and then Sandry like sneaks it. She comes. He's like, they'll make sure he's not looking, etc. And then Steven's like, wait, and he looks down. There's a note. It's a ransom note. He had to go. It was like, you have to get a 6-pack of beer to get this baby back. And Steven, he just plays along. He went right out to a convenience store to get a 6-pack of beer.
He didn't miss a beat. He didn't miss a beat.
So wonderful.
He followed me. Me and Courtney dropped the ransom note. Okay, I'm implicating her in this crime. Also, Tarzan was the one who originally kidnapped the baby and then conned me into writing the note. So, this may or may not have happened. And then So we run up the stairs to the escalator and we run into the people lined up for the cosplay contest. And we're like, shit, he's gonna catch us. And he like just calmly walks up the escalator and he's like, ladies, I've lost my baby. And we're like, oh, have you? And you know, Steven, he's just such a wonderful, brilliant person. And he shamelessly was walking around in that Lyanna cosplay all day, just hiking up his dress, and he had jean shorts on underneath. So we were all calling him a never nude, like Tobias from Arrested Development. But he just is like, oh, ladies, I've lost my baby. And we make it all the way to the top floor. And we're just like, oh, how sad. Look at our purses. There's no way we could have your baby. And the security guard he had made friends with earlier was like, hey, where's your baby? And we're like, oh, he's a bad parent. He's a bad parent. He got the baby back. Don't worry.
The baby did come back.
It was a fake baby, though, right?
Oh, yeah, it was a fake baby.
Yeah.
It looked convincing, though.
It was
Maybe.
real.
Maybe.
It did.
Maybe.
I seen Melisandre with the shadow baby. I thought that was a very good big look for the baby too. I thought that was a good costume and everything. Burlington Bar. I have not heard from you for a little bit. Tell us what you did after the con was over. Some of the events you went to.
Oh boy. I went to the Bunny Hutch party on Friday.
Please explain that.
I was there too.
Yeah, I went to the Bunny Hutch party for a bit, which was a bunch of folks did cosplay as Playboy bunnies and hefts, which was really fun. It was at the Westin. I spent a lot of time at the Westin, even though I wasn't there. I thought Steve Love came with me on Friday. We went to that. It was fun. It was it had a very sweet, horny energy to it. It was lovely.
That was a great spot. That was a really beautiful location.
Yeah,
it was gorgeous. It was a really fancy hotel roof pool. I went to the same place on Saturday, but that was the day I had 4 panels basically in a row. So I was losing my voice. I was really tired. And then on Sunday, I went out to the Airbnb party, which was really fun.
Now, in case people don't understand what the bunny cosplay was, could you explain that a little bit for them?
Yeah, so people did like. There might be pictures.
There's pictures.
I didn't do it. Yeah, there are definitely pictures. I didn't do it, but there's a really good picture of Steve and I. I was wearing a long dress and like a shirt kind of tied up. Both of us standing and him tying his shirt up so we look like twins. That's about as good as the photo I got. So people do Game of Thrones cosplay as Playboy bunnies or as hefts. So in the classic Playboy style, but Game of Thrones, it was really great. I wanted to throw a last minute one together, but I had finals and was very stressed out before the con, so that didn't happen.
There were 2 bunnies that were my favorites, and one of them was the Septuagena bunny. She had the hat piece and just like a gray onesie and a little bell like on her hip, on her chain. And then there was a Jaime Lannister bunny that was just absolutely perfect.
I didn't see that one.
That one was really good. She was with a Missandei bunny. It was just amazing.
Yeah, there were some really, really good costumes. And we got there kind of late. We were at the Sheridan drinking for a bit beforehand and then went over there. But it was a lot of fun.
That's great. That's great. I wish I would have been able to see it. That's why I hope that next year maybe there could be a little bit more uniform and that people can, get together and say, hey, we're doing this after the con, we're doing this, so stuff doesn't overlap, so that everyone can go to everything. I think that would just be a great experience. I actually asked you, I said, why can't we expand the con, make it start on a Thursday? Give us another day.
Well, I've been yeah.
Why don't you just move here?
Friday was my hangover day this year, so yeah, we would die. I got there. I have some friends down in Nashville, so I got down on Tuesday and stayed until late Monday. So, I mean, it's definitely the smart thing to do to come early and like relax in the place where you are first. But I heard that but I heard that sort of critique a lot that we should go back to sort of last year. Last year, that main bar situation was great because you could find everyone. There was no like, which hotel bar are you at? What are you doing? We were all kind of there. So it was lovely.
Yeah, that outdoor patio area as well. That was a centralized. It was like one central outdoor patio. So if you weren't at the bar, you were outside.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely, I have a feeling that'll happen again next year because I heard that repeated a lot, or at least one central hotel, the hotel bar.
What about getting rid of like 2 panels a day? I know it's like blasphemous, and doing kind of like a larger scale meet and greet, just so everybody can get together, like in a common room. Like I felt a lack of like being able to connect with people, and I have nothing to compare this to. It's my first con, but I felt like more of a open atmosphere, you know, like maybe just get rid of 2 of the panels and have an hour a day every day. Because I heard the YouTube meet and greet was kind of like that. I wasn't there. I heard it was kind of like that though, but on a wider scale. It doesn't have to even be defined like that. It's just, hey, let's get together in the common room or whatever.
This year there was karaoke, and then other years like there was a watch party, and then the first year we had the ball on the wall, so there was like a big kind of dance party slash ball that was planned, and that was really fun. But it's the first year, so it was definitely like awkward. So I do wonder a lot if that would work better now that we all know each other so much better. But there are night events that are supposed to sort of do that.
I just feel like the person that goes there that isn't a creator or doesn't know creators might not feel like they're like included in that. You know what I mean? And I think that was a big selling point for me, a big reason to justify spending money and time to get there. And thank you so much for everybody that's helped me, but was to connect. I just, you know, again, I think more panels would help, but then I'd also like to hear from you experts out there about how many panels would you recommend? I mean, 6 sounds insane to me.
Well, the panels end at like 5:30. Yeah. So they end early, which gives you enough time to like go and eat and relax for a bit before you go and do your night events. So having more cohesive night events that you know, are not just for content creators, but non-content creators as well, sort of like mixers, I think makes sense, which they've kind of tried doing, but some of them are kind of awkward. Or, I mean, the karaoke this year is supposed to sort of replicate that as well. Insurance
issues as well, probably.
Yeah, with all that drinking, I'm sure. Although the karaoke had a bar and all of that. Yeah, I think that was definitely last year kind of taken care of with having the one main bar at the hotel. So instead of having all of these split off parties, everybody would finish their panels and then just go right to the hotel bar. So that created a more of like a mixer atmosphere where people were definitely more comfortable to come up and interact with each other. And there wasn't a lot of separation since we were just all fucking there.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I'm just saying, this is my little input. I'll shut the fuck up for now.
You got a super chat from Plexi real quick. Let me read that. It says a YouTube-based virtual festival, whatever that is. Well, with panelists scheduled over the weekend would be really cool. Has it ever been done before? I don't know. So. I don't think it's ever been done before at all. So
that's a cool idea.
It is a very good idea. You know, hit a Z's up with that. Lexi, to see if you can work something out. I'll show up if you get a guy popping. I'll definitely show up without a doubt. I thought this was the first time. I think this was the most YouTubers with different channels that actually went there this year. I think that also is what made it so special. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
You know, when you have Kev Bridgeforth in there, Gray Area in there, Lawrence Corner in there, LMR in there. You know, Phil was there before, so he doesn't count. Justin Thomas in there. You know, we had what's that dude? I just said it's Robert in Deep Geek. I'll say this, man. I've done watch in Deep Geek. I've watched almost every video the man's ever came out with. No way I thought that motherfucker was that tall. No way. No way I thought he was that motherfucking tall. But
anybody's their height.
I had no idea. I thought he was at least, you know, maybe my height, a little shorter. You know what I mean? I don't know what's giving up that impression on the camera, but his height does not show on camera.
Low.
Yeah, that is so right.
He must sit on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He's right? No, he's 6'1".
I thought he was like 5'9".
Yeah, I told him the British thing, and I edited his audio for Well Told Tale. Like obviously I'm aware of that now. But yeah, nicest guy in the world too.
Really nice guy.
Absolutely.
He's a really cool cat.
Tony thought I was shorter as well.
I did. I thought Gray was shorter too.
Everybody thought somebody was something that they weren't. Everybody.
I did.
It's like,
let me tell you.
It's funny because everyone always thinks that I'm going to be like way taller and that I'm like a literal shrimp. So I'm just like, hi guys. But everybody always thinks that I'm going to be tall, and I'm very much so not.
I wish people would think I was taller.
You're very
No,
tall.
buddy.
You're the tallest.
I did. I actually did, Tony. Remember? And then I was disappointed. So I mean, I don't know.
Wait, well,
That's
you
the
know,
outcome.
you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, we're
But
getting
that's
the
good.
Logan Paul shit going. Don't worry. We won't
If you stand next to me next year a lot, people will be like, hot damn, he's so tall since I'm 5 foot nothing.
I mean, that happened to me with Smokescreen, but Smokescreen's like 6'6". You know, when he was there, smoke. I didn't think Smokescreen was 6'6", you know, at all. But that's a little bit more believable than Robert. Robert, I really did not think he was that tall at all.
We should disclose it in the information.
Huh?
He's like average height.
Who?
No, you're just tall as hell, my
Yeah, you're
beautiful
very
wife.
tall.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Gray.
6'1".
What are you
He's
talking
6'1".
about, Gray?
Oh,
Gray's like 6 foot. Yeah, Gray's big. Gray's like 6 foot tall. You know, so average height
I'll
for
dunk
you.
on you.
Huh?
I'll dunk on you.
Yeah, I
Just
don't know.
disclose our heights and
I
our
think you
info
would
from
try.
now on. Everybody has to disclose heights, all right, and infos. No discrepancies.
This Tinder.
I think you would try, Gray. I don't know. But
That's what I'm trying to slowly get into.
Speaking about Gray hair, let's talk about her for a second. I was in the car with Gray. I was in the car with Gray. She drove me around. Thankfully, she came. She picked me up. She drove me around. But I would tell you that my life was on the line more than once. And you can ask Quinn about this, who was in the car, and Timo. She was not used to this car. She was not used to the roads. I was in shotgun. When I got in shotgun, I thought, you know, hey, they're gonna let the Don sit shotgun. Oh no, they knew. Quinn knew he was getting in the back seat. He didn't want no part of that front seat at all.
Great area doing Tokyo Drift around Nashville.
I'll tell you, boy, we almost caught it a couple of times. I thought it was over for me. I leaped up on my seat like, oh goddamn, Gray, we're great. Oh goddamn!
They were helping me with directions. That's what happened. And I kept having to look at Tarzan and said, I will never get in the car with you again. Oh my god, I did almost like crash a couple times.
Listen, it was like a Grand Theft Auto game. Like I was really being in the game, and that's what it felt like driving there. But she did. Thank you, Gray, for picking me up.
But I wasn't, like, just to clarify, like I wasn't drinking or anything.
No, she wasn't drunk. It was, hey, this is just her naturally. This was naturally. This was natural. I mean,
My baby.
And the story I heard, Quinn was there and her mom was there, and her mom said, hey, Quinn, you want to get in the front seat?
That actually happened.
Speaking of Quinn, let me tell you a story real quick, if I can. I'm sitting there, I'm chilling in the place, right? Looking for sitting around. I was drinking and stuff.
This really happened.
This girl comes over to me. She goes, oh my God, Quinn from Ideas of Ice and Fire. I love you so much. And I stood up and said, thank you very much. I'm glad that you love me like that. And then Phil gets up and goes, he's not Quinn. I was like, yes, I am Quinn. And then I started doing Quinn's voice, and she goes, oh my God, you really are. Can I take a picture with you? And she took the picture. She took a picture with me and everything else.
You forget the best part. You did the voice.
I did the voice. I did the Quinn voice. I did the Quinn voice. And
you
she really
turned around. And Quinn's voice comes out of Tony's mouth. It's the craziest thing. And this girl looks at me, looks at Tony, and goes, Quinn, and like walks away with Tony for a second.
Can we get a sample of Quinn?
That was like a once in a lifetime, just on the spot type.
Oh, that was
situation.
hilarious.
It was a great time. I just hope she's not disappointed when she gets home. You gotta tell Quinn, hey, I got a picture with you. He's gonna that ain't me.
Oh my!
No, I love spending time with you though, Phil, because a lot of times you question when people are so entertaining, you know, like you're so enthusiastic, like how real is that?
And I'm so miserable in person.
No, you're not. No, you truly are. Just let me you said I was in good shape on your channel. Let me compliment you here. All right, it's being rude now. Yeah, no, you are. And you are naturally. You're that way. It was so refreshing to see that, and you are a lot of fun to hang out with, man. You know, and like that's got to be hard to keep up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I wish it's a lot of M&Ms. I keep M&Ms in my pocket, and I'm constantly throwing them in for a quick sugar rush. No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, Phil is Phil. You know what I mean? Everything that you and I would say that about a lot of content creators that I met. what you see is what you get, you know. And no one shocked me when I seen him like, this motherfucker is putting up a front on the camera. He doesn't really act like this in real life. Everybody seemed to be genuinely exactly what you see on the camera, which is very refreshing. You know, there's a lot of people who do front, who come out there and, you know, they put up thing, they smile. I've seen a lot of actors and boxers who do that, and they really aren't the same exact way when you see them. But everybody here seems to be exactly a really very cool person and very good to hang out with. Good bunch of people.
You try to put your best face on. That's not necessarily fake, is, you know, what I'm getting at. So it's nice to see somebody that is naturally so joyful and fun to be around, because that's what I experience when I'm seeing his streams. You know, I respect traditional like radio style, and that's kind of what I relate you to.
The first time I met Phil was at Con of Thrones last year, and he was on the patio, and me and someone were talking about like how magical the experience was, because he was just over there like playing on a bongo, and I'm like, oh, there's an actual real life bard, and he gets out this frog. One of my friends like, hey, do you have one of those frogs with the little sticks that goes ricka, 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 ricka? And he just pulls it out of his bag like, oh yes, I do. And I went home from that con thinking I met a real bard, and I'm still not convinced.
You did.
Yes, Larry knows your name well.
Larry!
But he wasn't nervous trying to talk to Liza and like read the chat and not bumble my words. I'm like, who's from someone from the chat? I just wanted to get the question out before I got all giddy and said, don't throw me out the moon door or something to that effect. So I'm sorry I bumbled your name.
No, you're okay. I'm just giving you shit. You know
I know, and I like it. I like it.
Bridge 4. Talking to you right now. This guy is really, I mean, he's very elusive, right? Not a lot of people get to talk to Kev all the time.
Speaking of great energy, this dude
listen, at the bar, this
he was amazing. He was amazing.
He was holding it down for every karaoke person up there, especially Phil, jumping up and down. That's my song, Phil. That's my song. Yes, right there. Jumping up and down, doing his thing. And when I left, I'll tell you, when I was leaving, when I was on the airport, it was me, Bridge, LMR, and Timo all there together. And this is the nicest guy. He brought me food when it was out there, brought me drinks when I was out there. I really want to say thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. You know what I mean? It was really great meeting you. You're just a phenomenal person, a great guy to be around. And I'm just happy to have met you this year at the con.
Well, you saw the better side of me, and obviously I love you. Everyone loves you, so it was my pleasure, man. It was a total blast. Yeah, especially ending the con with you. That was perfect. You were literally the last person I saw at the con. It was awesome. It was perfect. My con.
Going through, I think I don't know. I'm not sure if I mentioned it to anybody. We were going through security, and I'm like, Kev, we're gonna meet a celebrity, and he's like, I know, Tony, and I'm like, yay! Which is obviously, you know, you're a friend, but it was so much, and people around us like. I was saying, Kev, we're going to get arrested here in a second if you don't stop that. It was fun going through security, waiting to meet you, Tony, over there. So it was funny. It was scary because we had a lot of energy. Like, we're going to meet Tony. Although we have met you already. But yeah, people were like, what's wrong with these people?
It was awesome. Yeah. We were sitting there and people kept coming up and asking for pictures, but it was of Tone and LMR. I think Liana Finn, you may have been one of them, but like no one knew who I was. It was pretty fun.
It was like that, but that's crazy. I don't understand how it was happening, but yes, it did turn out to be like that where you're sitting there and stuff. And I was like, this is Bridge 4. You understand who this guy is and everybody else. But it was a great time. People really thought we were celebrities, the waitresses and stuff sitting there. Why are these people coming over to you taking pictures? And stuff like that.
She actually asked me that after everyone left. She's like, wait a second, so are you guys like famous? Because everyone
handsome people.
Oh, that was a great time. What a great time it was. I don't know. I think we're almost done with this thing. We're going to for a little while and stuff. So I think Gray's got to go too. So you might as well just wrap this right now, I guess. But everybody would like to give their last shout outs. Let everybody know where you're from and everything else before we step off.
So I'm Lauren. I run Lauren's Corner. If you've seen me at the con, you know who I am. If you don't, go subscribe. You'll also catch an Asking Questions interview with Tony Teflon on my channel that I did live for the con week. It's nearing about 500 views already and climbing. So let's get that up. And also want a special thank you to Tony for taking me on to one of his panels. And I can't wait to hear the audio and everything else from that. I think I did good.
You did a great job. And let me tell you, all you people, the people who chill to Don Tony Teflon on a regular basis that's here, this interview with me on Lauren's channel. You know, I'm trying to be the most watched interview. So help a brother out Go watch her thing so we can get those numbers up, so I can get the record. I want the record, and that's the bottom line. So let's try to get that record up. I want the record. And Lauren, she not only did I bring her on that panel, but she actually saved me on that panel. It would not have been the same without you on that panel. Right? You brought a lot to that panel. You know, you did more than your share of work, and you did a phenomenal job. So it's just my pleasure to really have you on that panel.
Thank you. And the record that Tony needs to beat is 1.2K, and that's the interview with LML that I had. So if we can get it over 1.2K, then Tony gets the top spot for EQ.
Which is to be very easy. So I think that's easy to beat. So let's do that, my people. Let's get that popping. Next. Anybody?
I guess I
ahead.
muted. Sorry. I guess I'm gonna go. I'm LMR, Living My Rhapsody. I have to say again, thank you so much for having me on here, and thank you for all the wonderful times that you showed us over there. And I was so lucky enough to be on a panel with you, Tony, and then also with Gray and with Kev. And I love that. I didn't mention it before, but I had a time of my life over there. I mean, I love the energy that we had. People were having fun, so it was wonderful. Again, thank you to everybody who made it special for me.
No doubt about it. Time of My Life, everyone knows that Dirty Dancing is my favorite movie of all time. So The Time of My Life is my song. So I do appreciate that.
I'll go
Aziz,
next.
Oh, no, please go right ahead. Thank you for bringing Kate Dickey and everyone else on this show. I appreciate that. Let me just thank her and thank her personally just for coming and sitting and chatting with us for a while. Gray couldn't pick the better wife.
You know, I'm all right. I'll give her a big squeeze for you. She was like really excited. I said it in the chat. I don't know if you heard, but when she was walking off, she was like, "They're all so sweet." Yeah, I'm Sam. You can find me on Instagram at Kinda Cool Sometimes, or Twitter, Kinda_cool. I have a podcast called Cry Wolf where I talk to people about their Game of Thrones feelings. It's kind of like Game of Thrones counseling, which is fun because I also do that. That's it, I think.
Now, your Burlington Bar, are you going to do this for the new upcoming series? Are you doing that for any of the reactions or anything like that?
I didn't do those for the last season either. I sat out, which was actually really nice. So I'm probably gonna focus on school, do podcast, do my own thing.
What do you have a name for a podcast already?
Yeah, it's called Cry Wolf.
All right, so check her out, Cry Wolf Podcast. That's on iTunes and everything else and all that good stuff.
It's on all the things, yeah.
It's on all the things. You can find all the things. I'm gonna try to get the link to all the things and put it in the description box. All right, for
Cool.
Cry Wolf, but please definitely check her out. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate that. I really do.
Love you, Sam.
Love you so much.
I'll go next. Yeah. So yeah, it's super fun to talk about the con, to relive. It's really energizing for me. I have, I'm always doing a lot over here at History of Westeros, but having more energy to do it is so great. And the con just fills me with that energy, seeing everybody and socializing with my people. I'm not a big socializer normally. One thing I said to my first panel of the weekend, which was Friday morning, I said, not everybody who comes to the con is an introverted person, but a lot of us are. And it's this short period of time when we're kind of, this is what it's like to not be introverted for a few days, because you're just around so many other introverted people and you just you feel comfortable because everybody gets that. It's like it's not just your people because we're all Game of Thrones fans. It's your people because we have like similar personalities, similar quirks, things like that. And it's hard to explain how deeply satisfying that is, put it into words, but I'll try. It's very deeply satisfying. and all the thing, so many people put effort into it. The con does a great job, and the community just makes it shine though. It's a really big group effort. So anyway, thank you, Tony, and thank you everybody else. This was great. And I can't wait for next year.
No doubt. Yeah. Thank you, Aziz. Aziz, you're like, you're the godfather of this whole situation, and everything else. So first YouTube channel I ever seen on Game of Thrones that I ever watched and stuff is you. And it's a pleasure to have met you, and that you're just as cool in person. It's good. And I'll say at this con has really opened the doors up, and I feel really comfortable being around all you people. And I will announce right now that next year's Con of Thrones, the Don. I always think about, like, I got to put up a certain image. I want people to see me a certain way, but I don't even care anymore. I was walking around with my hat off and everything else set up in there. I'm going to wear a costume next year at next year's con. I'm going to dress up and I feel comfortable.
Any
enough.
ideas? Any
You
ideas
know,
yet?
I was thinking about John Bro and coming in there with a big afro.
John Lacey.
You know, we shall see where it goes. But I'm gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna get to. I promise that next year you show up at the con, you'll see the Don Tony Teflon in costume.
Teflon armor is what you need. That's
yeah, I definitely do. Gray, I think you're up next. Let's go. We'll keep it going down the line.
Yeah. So just closing thoughts. It was my first convention. I have social anxiety. A lot of people probably might not know that about me. So like, if I can go and just be like so happy and partying, then you can. So you should. And like everyone just embraced me and I embraced them, and it was so fucking epic. That's all. It's like basically that's all I can say. I hope I didn't demonetize your stream by saying that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, you can find me on my channel at Gray Area, and on Twitter at This Gray Area, Instagram This Gray Area. I'll be on there talking Song of Ice and Fire, and I'll be at the convention next year. I'll never miss it again, and I'm sad that I missed it before.
No doubt.
And thanks for having me on, Tony.
No doubt. Gray Area is a great person. She is exactly what you see you hear, because you don't really see her a lot, but what you think she is that and more. So thank you, Gray, for everything you did, for buying me the chicken, for trying to kill me in the car. I appreciate all that. You know, I didn't die, and that's what matters. And I appreciate that you even willing to pick me up and drive me around and stuff. So thank you very much. And shout out to your sister. She's mad cool. I was not keeping tabs on her drink, and it had nothing to do with me. So don't blame me. All right, don't set it on me next time. But she's mad cool. You have a great family, and it was really good meeting you. Bridge 4.
Yo, what's up? Thank you for having me on, Tone. This is Kev, Bridge 4. I build bridges. I unfortunately burn a lot of bridges too. This is my first time to the con, so shout out to the Fujis. One time. It was better. It was better than expected. And my expectations for things are always sky high, but it beat the expectations. I will definitely be back next year, and hopefully for like decades we'll be doing this or at other cons. But yeah, and I avoided going to a lot of things where people sent out invites. I just didn't want to step on people's toes and stuff. But if people invite me next year, I'll be showing up places. I love you, Tone. I love everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat. I'll talk to you guys.
No doubt. Thank Bridge, mad cool cat. You know what I mean? Chilling in my man, Michael Soriano, who happens to be a mayor of Bridge's hometown. Shout out to my brother Michael. You know what I mean? Thank you for meeting me and hanging out with me, Bridge. We definitely talking behind the scenes and all that good stuff. I think we're up to Fill the Issues guy.
Oh, Tony, going into the chat, people are saying in the bull riding challenge, did you ask them to slow down the bull for your particular
Listen,
rally?
these people want to hate on me. Why do they want to hate on me, Phil?
I can say my goodbyes, but I want to this is my time to talk, man.
Why do they want to hate on me, Phil?
No, I don't know. So we have to watch the tape back. We're gonna watch the tape back. But no, I have to say I didn't want to talk too much about it on this stream, but some of you guys that were there know I lost some shit. I lost my wallet, and I got to say special thanks to Gray and Tony and everyone else, but specifically Gray and Tony for bullying people to give me money back. No, I'm kidding. You guys are fucking amazing, and thank you to everyone. Since Gray already demonetized the stream, I'll say motherfucker. You know, I'll kill it the rest of the way here. But no, it's uncomfortable. It's tough for me to accept assistance when shit goes wrong, and I tried to not let that thing affect my mood, and I tried to keep positive, and you guys all helped make that happen. It was like fueling the flames, whether with alcohol, good vibes, friendly interactions. I had a lot of really awesome interactions last year in Dallas, but this year I really feel like I made some connections with people I've never met before, never had even interactions with, and had like first time talks and really great stuff. And then getting to see the other people that I'd seen before, building on those relationships. And I'm a big vibey kind of person. No shit, the hippie's a vibey person, but I am. I'm vibey, and there's one thing to get along with people, even on a content creator level, but it's another thing, as people were saying, on a real level, like when you're in a room, hanging out with people and connecting. And I felt like there was more of that this year, especially at your party, Tony, and other times like that. And when Tony cheated to win the bull riding challenge. But I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. There's very few times I can give you a hard time, but I took over in the talking scapping. But no, I'm kidding. Tony won fair and square. But no, thank you everybody, and thank you everyone that helped me out and made it a fun experience for me. And good yeah, blah 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 blah.
I
Shut
love
the-
you.
We love
I
you.
love
Yeah,
you.
start.
I love you. I love you.
No
Devin.
doubt. Phil is definitely he's talking shit about the bull riding contest, but
Because
before
I'm trying to
that,
get you not to say nice things.
Before-
So I
before-
try to say shitty things.
Phil is one of the greatest guys, and I met him last year at the con. It was like an instant connection. Even though he's from that shitty state, the Red Sox, we're not going to hold that against him. And I'm a Yankee
It's not
fan.
my,
Hold
it's
it
not my
against
fault.
him or anything like that. You know what I mean? I thought that he was great. Lauren is putting up a picture. Let me freeze frame it so you can see the picture right here. There you go.
Is instant replay like allowed, or is it just? I mean,
Listen, Justin, were you on the bull? Because you went off, I think, in 2 seconds. I didn't think you're in the
well,
running.
number one, I was not on the bull because I don't ride bulls. It's not something
what do you
I
ride?
do. No, nothing. That's my point. I don't ride. No, I didn't get there in time.
right.
No, I'm trying to defend you, so you should have let me
You
finish.
should. Well, I don't need instant replay, Justin. The bottom line, there's
I'm
the pictures in the photo booth of Crow Food daughters, Lauren and Gray Area, which came out very well. It came out really good. Oh, there's another picture of the Don.
Now I'm
Tony
arguing
Tef-
these are doctors.
of the Don
because you went
Tony
against me.
Teflon up in there in the photo booth with Lawrence going. You see the Don? That made me smile. That doesn't happen all the time. All right. So I will say, you know, I ain't even gonna talk about this bull riding contest. I'll do a whole stream. I won that thing fair and square. Y'all can hate all you want. Get hate it. I told y'all 2 months ago I win it, and I did win it. I gave the trophy to the other guy because it would just look rigged if I would have won it. I walked away with the blanket, and that's the bottom line. And that's it. I walked away with the blanket, as I said. So we are up to San Rixian.
Hey,
Let the
I'm
people know
San
what's
Rixian. Yes, that was an amazing con. Like, I had such a great time. I love everybody on this panel. I wish I would have had more time to spend with everybody, but it's just so very few precious hours that we get with our fandom family. But yeah, you can find me at sanrixian.com, and I'm doing a little discount for everybody on the stream. It's discount code THUGMUG will get you 15% off in the store.
Thug mug, baby.
Thug mug.
Just for my
The
boys.
thug mug right here.
Thank
You
you.
can see the thug mug is in hand right here. The thug mug.
There
And I'll
it is.
get
Oh, let me show them something
That's
really
a
quick.
good name.
you know, the thug mug is in hand, and that's the bottom line. Use the code thug mug. And you'll
Sandry
get it.
sells these shirts right here.
Wait up. Let me
Yeah.
lock it on you, Grace, so you can show it. All right, go ahead, show it.
This Sandry gave me this shirt with the letter that I have on the wall from her. I have another one on the wall from her for like 2 years ago. I love that girl. And she gave me a Stannis shirt as well. She does the best art, guys. The best art.
I got a shout out for Sandry too. She remembers this. There were a bunch of us, and I think it was a Northern Justice panel. And we just kind of, after the panel was over, a bunch of us were milling around, and someone just, I don't even know who it was like, hey, there's like 8 people in this room wearing the Sandry North Remembers shirt, me being one of them. So we just all gathered and took a Sandry North Remembers shirt.
That's
A pic photo. It was like, look, all of us are wearing this. So cool.
It was so cool seeing all those shirts, and Kyle Azor Hype had actually worn that shirt. So George R. R. Martin has seen that shirt, and he said,
Oh.
"That's some good looking art." And I'm like, "That's all I needed. My life. I'm good."
That's what I'm saying. So listen, Sammy, everyone, please send me a link so I can put in the descriptions. I'm not gonna be able to find myself. I'm not good at that. And I'll say the next live stream I do, I may do another one tonight. I will give away 3 San Rixian shirts myself. From my site, I will buy 3 and I'll give them out to your subscribers so that y'all can have, and you could any shirt. Now I'm gonna pick it. Most likely it's gonna be the Stannis shirt, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna get it, and you're gonna rock it, and you're gonna like it. God damn it, because San Rixian, you are the greatest. Thank you so much for coming on the stream, Rockers. Let me give a shout out to Quinn from Ideas of Ice and Fire, who was willing to drop off to let Samry in and everything else. So he's a great dude. He is as you would think. And I'm sorry, Quinn, I had to impersonate you for a little bit, but it was fun to do so. It's fun to be you for a little bit. Hopefully one day you get to impersonate me and it doesn't get you in jail. All right. Justin Thomas, you're up, baby.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Tone, for everything. And again, I'm with you on the bowl. You won. But yeah, no, like what Aziz was speaking to about, like, you know, a lot of people not getting out of the house, or the idea of that. And there is truth to it. But we all love this story for, you know, different reasons. It's not just because we love dragons and direwolves, or, you know, medieval history and so forth. We all have this special connection to it, so it transcends that. So it's a much more vast community than and diverse community than I think people would think. From introverts to very outgoing people, as we see introverts that can be very outgoing, people that are introverted because of situations they're in. So it's just amazing to get together and see the differences between in the similarities and connect and find that common ground. And I think that it's the best thing I've done for content. And everybody that's helped me out with all the stress for the panel and all that. Smokeahanis was great. You know, people that didn't talk about content, that made it better too. So yeah, you know, everybody's got their own story, and we love this story for different reasons, but you know, it binds us together. So it's a great way to bring people together. And thank you.
Oh, thank you. I agree with you 100%. We're talking about a book series that crosses racial lines, that crosses cultural lines, that crosses overseas, that we all just truly enjoy, whether we disagree with how the show ended, right? Or we agree on the characters, anything else. It all comes back to George R. R. Martin's book that brought us all together, whether, you know, you're a kid from Queens like me, you know, or someone from Ireland over there, or someone from Poland, someone all the way in Atlanta, Georgia. We all may have grew up different, but we all found connection in this one book. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, an astrophysicist, a truck driver, and we all share the same love and the same passion. I think it all comes together when we do this. Shout out to everybody in the chat for chilling with me. Thank you all for joining me on this stream. I truly do appreciate it. Definitely, I will do a live stream. We'll get Sam Rixian's shirts away. I promise that. And as always, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.